The first alien humans are coming, and this is a plan that was aborted. Most of us have seen movies and read books about aliens coming to Earth. There's also a similar theme for people who were born on other planets or spaceships, or at some point returned to Earth. But fantasy is one thing, reality is another, although sometimes these two could be identified in a way. A Dutch-based company has announced what could be humanity's only chance to make one of its most fanciful dreams come true. According to a 2018 article, Space Life Origin has announced a mission program with the lofty goal of, quote, enabling sustainable life beyond Earth, end quote. The company planned to use a technology to create the first generations of humans who would not be born on Earth. Did you not understand well? The company planned human reproduction in space within the next decade. That is, the birth of humans outside of Earth, so that would formally make them extraterrestrials, but of course not in the sense of beings from other planets. If humanity is to become a multiplanetary species, it must also learn how to reproduce in space, explains Kees Mulder, founder of Space Life Origin. The company intended to complete the first 3 parts of the 4-stage mission plan by the year 2024, culminating in the first human baby being born in space during a 36-hour mission. But for some reason, things went awry along the way, and the program was aborted, according to a statement from the company itself on December 24, 2020. All official business activities of Space Life Origin have been seized. However, I think it's worth noting and referring to this program just to get an idea. The first stage, if carried out, involves sending into orbit 1,000 test containers filled with male and female human reproductive cells, which would have been obtained from approved IVF centers around the globe. The containers would, of course, be shielded from space radiation. The special containers, moreover, would be stored in secure locations here on Earth and on satellites in space, should Armageddon hit Earth. It would be a kind of safety net for humanity. The second stage, if it happens, would involve launching a proprietary technology into orbit called Space Embryo Incubator, and would be something like an embryo hatchery. Inside the hatchery, there would be normal gravity in order to avoid possible problems from deficiency. In addition, the craft would be able to generate adjustable gravity that would simulate Earth, the Moon, or Mars. The hatchery would then return to Earth after 4 days, where the embryos would be tested for viability. The actual pregnancies and births at this stage of the plan would take place on Earth. The third stage was perhaps the most ambitious. During 24 to 36-hour mission, a pregnant woman would give birth 250 miles above Earth with the help of a medical team. It's one small step for a baby and one giant step for mankind, said Dr. Egbert Edelberg, Strategy and Innovation Director of Space Life Origins, according to RT. Not only would the mission itself have been grueling, but the application process seems to have been rather meticulous and intensive, as prospective mothers would have to have already had 2 flawless deliveries on Earth to reduce the risk to both child and for the same, but also for the shipment as a whole. After the successful delivery of the first healthy space child, space would no longer be a limit, as the company intended to start this way of producing the first generations of extraterrestrial humans by the year 2032, because life on Earth could become very challenging in the next century. But as we said, all this came to a naught, and the dream was extinguished very quickly before it had even begun. Nevertheless, I cannot rule out the possibility that some other company will attempt to start a similar program with similar or different standards that will be approved and finally implemented at some point in the future. And this I've translated from a Greek article for you. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support. and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.